On Amazon Prime Video, I felt like punishing myself, so I watched Samurai Cop. I think this is from 91 or 93 or something. It looks older. This movie is so goddamn incompetent. Okay, this is some foreigner comes into LA and makes the same movie several times. And this one is one he made somewhere in the middle, but maybe the most infamous. You know, it's got that digitally remastered type thing going for it. Main guy, what's his name? Kratos or something? I don't. Everybody like changed their name in this movie so they couldn't be associated with it. But yeah, I get he has the look. He has a little bit of charisma. The directing's so bad that will shoot whatever acting ability you actually have in the foot. You know, if you cut wrong, if you give the wrong direction, that can make bad acting happen. You can have a good acting through the scene, and then just use some take where the guy wasn't ready, and then boom, it all goes to pot. Well, this guy has the look and everything, but you know, it didn't really work out for him. I guess he was Sylvester Stallone's bodyguard, which makes me wonder that wasn't there a gal recently accusing Sylvester Stallone and a bodyguard of like raping her in an elevator or some shit? Stuff goes down in elevators a lot, doesn't it? Take the stairs. So, anyways, I can't really make any sense out of this plot. White guy cop with long hair is the samurai cop. He doesn't do stuff very samurai-like. He doesn't carry a sword with him. He finds them on bodies he beat up already and killed. But there's some Japanese gang, I guess. They're doing drug deals. They're moving in on other people's turf. He has this heavy Robert Zadar, who, by the way, looks way better with a beard. Because, you know, if this guy didn't have a beard, he would have just the weirdest jawline ever. So at least with a beard, you can kind of think, oh, maybe that's the beard. You know? And yeah, I know he died a couple years ago, so I didn't do it. Anyways, let's turn around here. Oh, shit. There's people everywhere now. I thought it was cold enough there wouldn't be anybody here. So, just scenes go on for too long. I have no idea what the real plot was. I mean, these guys will be chasing some people because they're drug dealers. Spend just so long just in boring chases. Or he's got this gal Peggy in a helicopter. So I guess she's a cop. Is she flying the helicopter or kind of wing girl to the helicopter pilot? You know, kill these guys here. Oh, hey, the cops are getting in on this. Okay, go kill the cops. You know, pretty standard B-movie action plot of the 80s. Still sticking around into the early 90s. They stop the guys at the beginning, and then Peggy's like, hey, you deserve a reward for this. Boom, sex scene. And here's the weird thing. It's actually the least competent part of the most competent part of the movie, because it actually looks like somebody tried to do lighting in some kind of romantic fashion. Whereas the rest of the movie, it looks like a weird soap opera. Like, the lighting is so weirdly even in places. Or they'll shoot and then not compensate for the time of day. So like in one shot, it'll look like it's dusk. Then the reverse shot, all of a sudden it's afternoon. Like what? So, I guess the Japanese drug lord guy has some girlfriend who owns a restaurant, but it has something to do with him giving it to her or something. Like, they'll go snoop in on this, and then Samurai Cop has to give this weird, awkward monologue about being a good person or something to the bad guy. After which they have an extended conversation with a guy who makes no difference in the movie. Just some weird comic relief thing. Like somebody watched the Beverly Hills Cop and was like, hey, we need a Bronson Pinchot character. Okay, so we need some quick kooky guy who has a little bit of information. Only he's not funny, and it's a weird, I don't even know if we can call this a gay stereotype. Just bizarre shit. Then they go get in a fight afterwards with the goons dudes. He turns on all of his guys, kills them. It's like, well, what are they even hired for? Grenades, guns everywhere. You know, you gotta give it some credit. They're squibs. It's not CGI blood coming out of people. Yeah, sometimes people get shot in this movie and they don't bleed. But when they do, you know, it's not CGI. Car blows up, it's not CGI. Car crashes, it's not CGI. Real helicopter. These are things big $200 million movies don't do these days. And that's not saying anything good about the big movies today. Honestly. Anyways, Samurai Cop's got this, like, partner. It's so weird, like, they try to get some information from a guy in the hospital that survived this burn from early in the movie. And then afterwards, like, the nurse is kind of hitting on Samurai Cop, and she's, like, checking out his dick. He's like, oh, yeah, it's big enough. Well, it's not big enough for me. It's like, how long is the conversation going on? Then the black guy, he's got these reaction shots. This whole movie is told in two types of shots. There's, like, your kind of like medium distant two-shot, and then your close-up. And they're not done in the right order. It's so weird. There's such a lack of fluidity and coverage that so many things end up being a jump cut. You know, just incompetent filmmaking, people. And as bad as the movie looks, God, the soundtrack may even be worse. Can't even remember it, and thank God I can't. Hell, I'm still thinking of Blue Velvet. Oh. Anyways, the girl that owns the restaurant is cute. So Samurai Cop completely disregards Peggy, his side chick, and goes bones this gal. Robert Z'Dar has some redhead hit woman that he's with, I guess. Anyways, there's a big shootout over at Samurai Cop's place. He lives on, like, a beachfront property with a neighborhood that looks too damn small. What? You can't have a beachfront property in Malibu as a cop. Even in, like, 91, okay? So they go over to his place and shit. There's a shootout. You know, like, here's the other weird thing. If there's a woman in this movie, you're seeing her boobs. It's so weird. It's like, oh, hey, there'll be this cop who kind of helps him out, but, you know, the drug lords come after him. They want some information about Samurai Cop. Time to sexually assault his wife and kill him. And it'll be done horribly, so it's inadvertently funny. And then they go after the black guy. They go after Peggy, the helicopter cop. Eventually they get to Samurai Cop's place. It's like, why was he so hard to find? What the hell? So, oh, Jesus, shit. The chief gives them orders to just kill everybody. Hey, you know what? It's like, hey, the whole precinct's getting shut down. Just go ahead and kill all the bad guys while you can, right? It's like, who gives these orders? And I think the chief is Cameron Mitchell. Poor guy. You know, he tries. Yeah, if you get Cameron Mitchell in your movie at this time, like, you're getting what, like, as much acting as you can afford. I'll give you that much. So, yeah, there's just a generic shootout at some lodge or something by the beach. Weird shit where, like, people don't seem to know who's shooting who. The directing is that bad. So there'll be a guy who's kind of shooting over here. He's completely uncovered to Black Cop just shooting him in the side. Samurai Cop picks up a sword. Robert Z'Dar gets a sword. They have an awful sword fight. I've edited a better sword. I shot in camera, edited in camera, a sword fight that was better than Gladiator back in, like, 2000. In my backyard. I shit you not. And these people actually had access to shit. And hell, I was using a 1987 camcorder. So it's not like I had newer equipment than was used in this movie. Anyway, yeah, so Samurai Cop kind of lets him live, but then And the guy tries to get him with something, and then like he's like, oh wait, it's his code. He's going to seppuku. Okay, that's all right. Whatever. He can't live with dishonor. So then Samurai Cop, I guess he's back to boning this gal. It's so weird because, like, you know, there's a part where he picked her up from church, takes her to his place where now she has a bikini, and because they went swimming. It's like, well, where'd you pick that up? Is that under your church dress? And now we're back to the beach swimming and shit. Samurai Cop, I think this one's pretty obvious. 1 out of 4 stars.